Welcome. Today we're going to jump into 4 really powerful English phrases that are going to seriously upgrade how you communicate. Whether you're prepping for a presentation, a debate, or even just a deep conversation, these are the tools you're going to want. So, let's get right to it.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever had a brilliant idea in your head, but when you tried to explain it in English, it just fell flat? You know that feeling, right? The idea is perfect, but getting other people to see it just as clearly as you do, well, that's the real challenge. And that's exactly what we're going to work on today.
So to get started, let's just picture a scenario. Imagine you're in a class, about to give a presentation, or maybe you're in a debate club. Your goal isn't just to talk, right? It's to connect, to persuade, and to make sure everyone's with you. We're going to build the skills to do exactly that.
Okay, first things first. Before you can convince anybody of anything, your argument needs a rock-solid foundation. So the very first step to powerful expression is just organizing your thoughts so that they're clear, logical, and super easy for anyone to follow.
And our first tool for this is the fantastic phrasal verb layout. I want you to think of it like this. You're taking all the messy ideas in your brain and neatly arranging them on a table for everyone to see. It's your secret weapon for explaining a plan or a complex idea, step by step.
And check out this example from our source material. It's not just explain, it's systematically lay out the landscape. See how much more powerful that sounds? It implies you thought about the entire topic, you've got a structure, and you're covering all the important angles.
And here's a super practical way you can use it. Picture yourself at the start of that presentation. You can just confidently say, "First, let me lay out the main points of my argument." Right away, your audience knows you're organized and they can relax because they're in good hands.
Okay, so you've laid out your plan perfectly. The audience gets the big picture. But great communication is a two-way street, isn't it? So what happens when you're on the other side and you need more details to really get what's going on?
This is where our next phrase is a total game changer. Instead of just asking a simple what, you can really level up your questions by asking what specific thing. This little phrase is amazing for cutting through vague, fuzzy answers and getting right to the precise info you need.
You see, the power of this question is that it forces the other person to be clear. Just like in the example, what specific thing should you choose? That doesn't leave room for a vague answer. It pushes for a concrete choice, which makes the whole conversation way more productive.
All right, let's move on. We've got our thoughts organized with layout, and we're getting sharp details with what specific thing. Now it's time to add some real persuasive power and make our words truly impactful.
And our first power word here is relevant. Now, you've probably heard this word a million times, but we're going to unlock its true potential in a discussion. It's all about showing why something matters. Now, this right here is the key. Relevant isn't just another word for related. It has this powerful extra meaning. It means something is meaningful and useful right now for this specific conversation. In a debate, calling your own point relevant or questioning if someone else's point is relevant, that is a seriously smart move.
And look how you can use this to really connect with your audience. When you say, this topic feels really relevant for everyone, you're not just stating an idea, you're building a bridge to them, showing them exactly why they should listen and care.
Okay, on to our final word, and it's a big one, explosive. And no, it's not just for action movies. In business, in academics, in a discussion, we use this to describe a change that is sudden, huge, and incredibly significant.
Here's a perfect example. You could say there was a big rise, and that's fine. But saying there was an explosive rise in user engagement, that paints a much more vivid, much more dramatic picture. It tells you about the scale and the speed. It just has so much more impact.
And just a quick but really important tip so you use this correctly. Explosive is the adjective, the describing word, so you have an explosive rise. The verb, the action word, is explode. So you wouldn't say the numbers exploded, but you would say their growth was explosive. It's a small difference, but it's one that makes your English sound much more precise.
All right, we've covered our 4 key phrases for organizing your thoughts, for digging into the details, and for adding some serious impact. Now comes the most important part, actually putting it all into practice. So here it is, your new expressive toolkit, all in one place. You're going to use layout to bring clarity. You'll use what specific thing to demand precision. You'll use relevant to create a connection, and you'll use explosive to describe a dramatic change. 4 simple tools, 4 really powerful functions.
And to wrap things up, let's put one of these words into action immediately. Take a second and think about this question.
What topic feels most relevant to you right now? Is it your schoolwork, a hobby, maybe something happening in the world? Just by thinking of an answer, you're already starting to make this lesson a real part of your vocabulary. Thanks so much for joining me today.